Well, let's just start. Where am I? Where's my thing? Just make sure everything. Oh, get my face up on here. No need for the PNG tuber. We're becoming real. Uh, filters. What the fuck? Oh, right. Filters, mask blend. Transition. Property. No. Hey, Levy. How you doing? And so let me make this camera not terrible. Don't know why it constantly always resets every time I turn it on. Okay. Second half, if you get something big. I mean, yeah, there was like Tokon in the first half. I just remember like by the time the first hour went by, I was like, this is really bad. At least for me, like. Somebody gave it hot baboon ball sex. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, hey, Sleevy Puppet Jam nerdy commentator and zany draws. How are you? It was mid until Paraslop decided to dip their chance into game creation. Who's Paraslop? Oh, Code Veronica. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did not care. I didn't like. I'm not really into the remakes for Resident Evil. But yeah, I guess that was a pretty big one, wasn't it? It's in bed. The cold on my side of the world. Oh, you have a cold. Oh, sorry about that. Paramount. Oh, thank you, Zany Draws. Yeah, I want to do an addendum on femboys, but I think I was just gonna talk about the face structure. Because I think I missed that. I missed out on that, but we'll do that after the short stacks, if I have time. 144p. Huh? Why would it be 144p? Okay, well, the remakes are important for getting the people into the party. I can't talk about it. Oh, okay. You shocked, Zany? Why is that? It is when in depth make them thicker. Yeah, no, it's mostly just, I forgot to talk about the face last time. Making like what's the difference between like a masculine or a boyish face and a. Sorry about that. God. All right. Like that's enough. How many more games? People like the character. Sorry, quick. The streamer's gone. The teacher's gone. We can do whatever we want now. So went to America. ah, yes, basically, I do exist. Yeah, I don't exist outside of streams. That's right. I did do that bit once. 35. Yep, you remembered. Hey, Last Gogeta, how are you? Okay, we know, we get it, Sleevey. No need to remind everyone. My birthday hasn't changed. Oh, Zemnis is on Twitter. Oh no, these are like okay, never mind. Okay, what was I talking about before? I was doing it. Yeah, addendum on faces and younger faces. So okay, so short stacks. Okay, so no IRC permanence. That's right. If I do this, and I'm back. I'm melting. I'm melting. I'm melt. And I'm back. They're like babies. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay, so we should start with how fucking badly we did. Like we got our asses beat. Jesus. Um, we got our asses absolutely beat. Generally, I think like Last Gogeta, you got two of them, three of them actually, that you personally put in here. Mortal Shell 2, Lords of Fallen 2, Monster Hunter expansion. We got that. Strangers in Heaven, we got Tupac there, which is controversial apparently. Yeah, we have Monster Hunter Wilds, like the biggest expansion. Not only an expansion, the biggest expansion. Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Yeah, Stellar Blade. Wasn't Stellar Blade 2? I'm not sure I counted it as Stellar Blade 2. I don't think I put it up here. Yeah, the Stellar Blade Blood Rain looks cool. What's her name? Evie. She looks cute. Pretty 10 out of 10 over there. E-Day showing will be after the Xbox One. Okay. The rest of the weekend is part of this. You have to avoid. Yeah, sure. You know what? Yeah. We can do that. We make the rules here. But it wasn't Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Crossworlds now has Evangelion. Ray driving a little cart. But so yeah, something too. I guess people are saying it's like a spin-off. It seems like it's marketed like a spin-off if it has that name, right? Oh wait, VF6. The main thing was VF6 and how like they're like they're doing what Street Fighter did, like just ripping them straight off, but like they're actually doing a kung fu movie instead of a John Street Fighter World Tour sort of situation. Homer Stocks and Cristiano Crosswells, yeah. Godzilla, he's there too. Judging by the trailer, it's gonna be VI. What's VI? Sequels? No sequels don't. Yeah. True, like we don't know yet. Like what some people saying it's a prequel even. But I haven't gotten to the end of Stellar Blade, so I won't say anything. I saw the start and heard the music. My first thought was this song. Yeah, yeah, it's very blatantly like Street Fighter 6. Even like the whole like the the veterans are like older now, and I think there's some like newcomers who are taking up the mantle, that sort of situation. It's yeah, it's very much like the philosophy behind Street Fighter 6. Really Default 2 is their proper game. I don't know, Bravely Second is the first sequel. Virtua Fighter 6 single player was actually good. It looks like it's an actual movie because World Tour was like a RPG where you have your freak, the freak you made who doesn't say anything. Hopefully better than yes, SF6 single player was okay. It was fun if you like the masters, the characters, Street Fighter characters, but otherwise it's like a slog. But let's see. No Pragmata update, no RE9 DLC. Then we got RE2 Veronica or RE Veronica. Tokon. Oh, we got Tokon something, didn't we? Was that here, or was that State of Play? We didn't get anything for new for Tokon in a Summer Games Fest. I don't think. One second. Okay. Sorry about that. They're adding bot. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to those. I have words for that. Hoping the future Series 6 makes John Tour playable. Yeah. We get Togan. I think, yeah. Sogan was in state of play. I think, yeah. Deuce Carnage Green Goblin, so they hired Spider-Man writer. Spider-Man does have the very iconic villains. Like all of them, you know. It's not like the fucking mustard man from Batman. Nothing quite. We're going over the predictions in Summer Games Fest where we got shellacked. Chinese accent or some sort of bird, the China slop. There was one Chinese game with a chicken, Chinese action game with a chicken. You played as a chicken. It was in one of the old like presentations. I can't remember what it was called, but I wanted to see it again. Predicted Blood of Dawn Walker. I think you did. I think last week Gogeta did. But yeah, that was a game before. Galactic Racer, that was in state of play as well. That surprised me because I think Galactic Racer was in state of play, and then they had a new trailer for Summer Games Fest, which was weird. But yeah, this game looked good until I saw published. Oh no, Gen Atlas? Nah. Nah. I didn't slander the Condiment King. I've accurately described the Condiment King. Okay, so we got Moral Shell 2. I don't really know Moral Shell 2 or Lords of Fallen 2. I'm pretty sure these are Souls likes, maybe. Well, I wasn't super interested. BF6, I think. Okay, I say VF6. I'm like it's actually doing a kung fu movie. I don't really like the dialogue at all. It got really annoying really fast. No Kojima project. But I don't think he was there. Monster Wild's expansion, the biggest expansion ever. Sure. We did get that. That was a big win. Uh, even though I don't play this series. Gears of War EA, nope. That was I think you mentioned that it was gonna be after Xbox. Channel's an Epic game, which means Epic Games exclusive. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think Epic probably gave them money to finish it though, which is good. Souls like I like. Hmm. Yeah, Kojima. Surprisingly, no Kojima. That was a weird thing for me. I thought that was a shoo-in. I thought that was sure. No Phantom Blade. That was a state of play thing. No Modern Warfare 4. Galactic Racer still looks great. I do want it. It's coming out this year, I think, right? October? And Blood the Dawnwalker. No Street Fighter movie. And I thought 10 would show. We got 11 would show in chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the closest we'll get. Okay, and then we just move on to FF7R Part 3. Huge showcase. A very good ending for the Summer Games Fest. Very good. I have to play the second one. I'm probably gonna play the second one after I play Pragmata. That might be the next one, though that'll take a very long time to finish. Yeah, yeah. TGA. Yeah, the Game Awards. He wants to like make a. I guess Summer Games Fest is a smaller one. Who knows? You know, I think it'll be DOA's got nothing to do with the devs, but Epic Games Store was talks. Yeah, it's true. Any Souls like so. We are absolutely without question. Souls like are like a fucking. I won't say blight. What? It's like a cockroach. You just cannot kill it. How the Chinese game is so like yeah. He's working with AI, which he's not. Oh, that's right. He did do that thing with AI. Oh man, yeah, that's disappointing. Also, the Stellar Blade. First of all, Hyungtae Kim, the guy who runs Shift Up, he's like really for AI, and there's AI generated assets on the Stellar Blade Blood Rain key art that they released. And Kojima uses AI. I mean, yeah, we'll see. FF7R, very good way to end it. And then yeah, before that Street Fighter 6 trailer we got. Okay, Tifa, great reveal, especially at the fake out at the end where it was like over. Huge reveal, tied right into Final Fantasy VII remake or Reckoning or whatever revelations, I guess. But those three other characters are terrible. You know, like they're just not like okay, like they're the worst newcomers, like Street Fighter One level designs on those guys. Terrible. And then Bosch. There's also Bosch. Like, who the fuck cares, man? I'd like to see what they do with Tifa in the game. Uh, Not that like Final Fantasy VII, she's already like hyper realistic, but then there's also the RE engine, and maybe we'll see how that looks. But it's kind of just the same, right? Stab in the chest. Say souls like a swamp. You can't avoid it, basically. Yeah. Shoots artist. Not sure if boss argue with Neo Automata artist. Oh yeah, yeah. It is definitely like a feels like a backstab for like Young Take Him of all people. Start using AI when he clearly doesn't need it. Well, I should have stayed. Well, yeah. Just you just kill him and be done with it. Okay, look, I won't be like Twitter and say like why this, why that. I'm just saying the designs themselves are the most boring. Like newcomers were like Sea Viper, Jury, Rufus, even El Forte. They were cool looking. They were interesting. These guys are so generic looking, especially Arjun. That's like Street Fighter One. That's Street Fighter One. Like the Street Fighter Two concept. You remember Street Fighter Two concepts? They were like really generic looking people. They look like that. Like, how did this get to like the end product? Yasmin looks okay. Thoughts on a Souls like that takes place in Egypt. Like say I'm get it would be an interesting like visual refresh from Gothic everything all the time, but it's gonna be the same game over and over and over. Jury, but yes, exactly. Jury was a fantastic newcomer. Now we have Arjun. Hakan. Look at Hakan. He's a stupid looking character, but he looks very unique and interesting. So I respect Rufus, especially as a character. As a character design, character idea. Really respect Rufus. Fits into Street Fighter, making ridiculous stereotypes, like an American stereotype, loud and fat. Hilarious. It fits so well, but I think people hated him because of the way he played, and he was really top tier for a long time. Other Street Fighter characters inspired by JoJo were my favorite. Exactly, like Jory Han, literally Jory Han. She's inspired by Jolene. It looks like big you hate big exactly, and then like lost all the sauce. I like the game, Guillermo. Thank you and welcome. We're about to get the short stacks. I just gotta, cause we got nothing in copium. I said one will show. Give me one. Nothing. No Bloodborne, no Persona, no Smash, no DMC6, no DS, no DOA6. Nothing about that. No DOA7. No StarCraft, no Mother 3. That's never happened. No Jack and Daxter, no Elder Scrolls anything, no Legends of Zelda, obviously. No MVC4, obviously. No Tales of. No, no, no Darkstalkers, no Duskbloods, no Tekken Cross Street Fighter, no KH4. Very disappointing. No new Final Fantasy. Uh, no, 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 no. I thought 6 would show for Unlikely. I was sure they were going to show the DLC for Doom, but I guess that might be for the Xbox. No Guilty Gear trailers. No Tekken Baki trailer. Yeah. No Halo. Surprising. But yeah, we got cooked. We got absolutely cooked. We got to readjust our thoughts for the next one. The Jerry fans scare me. Yeah, the feet people. I know how they are. So hit Rufus as we saw concept art that we like more. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Some reaction to Joe's disciple. Oh yeah, Preacher. Yeah. Oh, nerdy commentator's coming for you. He knows your address. He's coming for you with bare feet. I could eat as well. Yeah, Nintendo did have a presence. That's right. Actually, yeah, you're right. We are counting the whole weekend, so we can get some more on the Xbox, and maybe we'll get to 10 for likely. Pizza best looking scientist concept. I don't look at the science concept. Pizza near the walls. Concept art. Let me see. That's not yeah, that's concept art, but that's like uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Just to Google it. Oh my god. Alternate design. There we go. Okay. Yeah, these are pretty much all better, but I guess they don't fit the whole like young vibe that they're going for, the new generation vibe. I like her because she's crazy, not because of her feet. I'm not like the other. Sure, whatever you say. You can like both. No one's gonna judge you. I mean, look what I draw all day. On the other hand, Leroy and Tekken 7 used the best design from the concept. Yeah, okay. Leroy was really cool. Yeah, I love looking. Obviously, I love looking at video game concept art. Especially the one I think that got me really into concept art specifically was Metroid Prime 1 concept art. Loved it. Like, trying to remember where my favorite characters come from and what could have been. Yeah, I mean, I just like looking at more art of the game. Of the games I like. Love a girl who can annihilate me. Fair enough. All right, 40 minutes in. Let's get to what we're supposed to be doing. Alrighty, short stacks. So short stacks again, I don't have as much experience with, but short stacks like I usually consider them a lot like furries, where like there is like women with like short stack. You could like have short stack proportions. There's like a lot of ways to look at it. You can like say, basically, it's gotten to a point where it's kind of just like short women, maybe with big boobs and stuff like that. Just like short, basically, not always with big boobs, typically with big hips. I'm gonna say basically like there's a couple ways to do it. There's like short is like almost required. I say almost because this is short as a matter of proportion. Not necessarily height, though it kind of is. I like to do the feet. I like to do the feet. They're not the same. Give me a goblin. Okay, yeah. Speaking of goblins, yeah, goblins are big for short stacks. So, all right, write that here. So short in terms of proportion because like they might be taller than some characters, but yeah, typically shortness is very much involved. Um, when I yeah okay yeah I guess like it's kind of an anime thing, so cute is a big one. Stacked, there are a couple ways to look at this. So they could be stacked with like both like big boobs and big hips. But you can also do like pear shaped, I'll say. Like Midna. Midna's a big one, right? Because Midna's gonna be like a really good example because she has like the very classic anime look where she'll have like a big head, the body's like teardrop shaped, I guess is the word for it. Like I call it pear shaped. She's a lot more animalistic, so she has like the big wide face, and then she has her hair, which is actually like a ponytail. Like I said, the feminine straight shoulders. And she has the big hips. She actually might be even more slight at the top, just to make her look more feminine, and to emphasize the hips. And also what they'll do with these characters, this is a lot more stylized, get into the weeds of stylization, but they'll like really make the feet small, almost to a point. Midna's not human, so they'll kind of have her floating, and she'll have like really small feet. A lot of it emphasizes that she's like really cute, that she's animalistic, but also emphasizes the hips a lot. So this to me is like pear shaped, like the hip area is like unambiguously required for a short stack. We'll talk about this as well, but this we'll get to is like pear shaped is and big hips is required. I like sort of like, and also wait, I missed it a lot. Sorry. Let's see. Anything under 5'4" ish. Yeah, this is more in terms of proportion because we're gonna be like, there's nothing to compare to. You don't know how big this person is because there's nothing to compare to right now. But that's a different conversation. Rhythm that has 260 beats. That has to be followed in a second, or else the object or life that doesn't follow the exact beat be stuck in 5 seconds to learn and follow the rhythm. That is Crypt of the Necro Dancer. That's 100% what that is. Hey Koofy, how you doing? A mini lesson on making characters look as yandere, crazy, and hot as possible. I would have to actually study that. I don't do yandere as much. But a lot of that like sort of wide-eyed, and then they have like a lot of makeup for some reason. They'll be like the crazy girlfriend, so they'll have like all this makeup on, and then they'll like run, and she's crying all the time. Let's make the eyes even smaller. Yeah, there we go. Not required. You know, classic one. You know, Gaslight does not have it, but a lot of times, like it's like the crazy girlfriend trope. So making them like really feminine is part of it. This is actually like distressing, not crazy. That she's like actually seeing something that makes her. Yeah, see, I have to practice it. I don't usually do yandere. Okay. So much Midna fan. Exactly. She's great. Midna is great. She's the classic. Like classic in like a real video game, not like fan art. In the real video game, she's like the short stack. How are you doing, Koofy? These short plus childbearing hips and a child feet. Exactly. You're really short. Okay, that's good. Okay, I don't know if that's good, but that's cool. Kind of looks like you. Good. You got big giant ears. You're a little goblin. Koofy is the short stack. Yeah. I have my own universe now. Male demon from hell that has been forced into a human woman's body that's committed suicide and was trying to go back to hell. Return body back appearance will be. That's pretty clever. Human demon going to human body and killing themselves to go to hell. That's pretty smart. Pretty sure demon stuck inside a suicide victim. No sense of fashion. Oh yeah, I can give you the long hair. Because Freewind I think also has like the she also has the elf ears, right? Fun demon sword. Yeah, that's actually similar to Muramasa, the Demon Blade. If you remember that game, it was a Vanillaware game. The girl Momohime is possessed by a serial killer at the beginning. First rule of demons, they can't kill themselves. Okay. So they have to open a portal to hell with some shitty terrorist cultist teens. Pretty fun idea. Yeah, it's you. There you are. Vanillaware. Did you watch? Oh my God, was it Dragon's Crown? A long time ago, back in the before times. Uh, they had this character, the sorceress, who had like giant, like that big hat. This really curvy woman, and like I'm talking absolutely gigantic, absolutely huge. They got in some trouble for this, and led to like the most insufferable people on the planet crying over it. Yeah, Dragon's Trust. Yeah, that was like the start of like the most, just the stupidest people, brother. I need to play more indie games. They tend to be where you find the wild concepts, right? AAA's kind of been doing the same thing for a while. Dragon Crown's kind of like the first example, I think. Okay, so oh, more on Puppet Jam's comics journey. You get stuff every day, or well, yeah, every day. A bunch of sack-faced drama musicians being tempted by family with fair wages and flexible working time. Yeah, silly serial killers. Okay, let me get to So another note about Shortstacks. Uh, so there's like I'm not gonna get into the discourse on this because I think it's dumb. There's the you make someone short and cute and not too stacked, not like exaggerated, right? You can get into like the lolly territory. Petite woman is like the word that I would actually use, right? So if you have like the anime big head, actually I can just do this. Like Rebecca from Cyberpunk is a good one. Um, so if it even if it's not too stacked, it's not like super exaggerated. Like if I just do that, it will start to look like because they have the big head, which just is a stylistic thing, but it will start to like make the body look smaller. And if you want to do this, it's fine. Like I'm not gonna make any political statements because I'm not gonna be like Twitter. Um, what else I'm gonna throw something on? Yeah, right. So one big important thing, one big important distinction is I think I mentioned like last time with the femboys, these body shapes, right? I said that this generally is how we all start out, right? Children generally just kind of are just like this, basically. And what happens during puberty is that your shoulders and hips start to grow outwards. If they don't move that much, you stick with like a banana shape. They move a lot with shoulders this shape, and then hourglass is both. Men typically, um, their shoulders broaden. Women typically will have both hips and shoulders broaden, um, a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm gonna be like in and out. Okay, I'll get to all this in a minute. But this is what indicates an adult, even if it's not like much. It's a it's a drawing, whatever. Like it's a drawing. It's a piece of art to interpret. But this is like the indication of an adult is the kind of like the broadening of the shoulders and the hip area, depending on man or woman. Um, this shape is distinctly an adult shape, like this sort of thing. Even if it's like for a man, will just have like slightly less. Right? It'll be like big, broad shoulders, slight change to the hips, and you'll have a big, beefy man. Tiny head, right? Younger Toguro. But people on the internet are crazy, so they'll just say whatever they want. Say that. Okay, about the Captain Marvel Dark past issues, all three. You know what? 1 second. I will be right back. I have to do some. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Sorry about all that. Still have to be in and out, but it's fine. We can go a little long. All right. I was talking about this. Like even women with or people with what's it called? What Benjamin Button disease. One of those, they'll have this look. They'll still kind of have this sort of body type. Um, but yeah. All right. About Captain Marvel, Dark Past issues, all three so far. Marvel swimsuit issue, nice, coming out this year. Batwoman issue 3, new Jessica Jones comic. This is gonna be so about House of X and Powers of X and Dawn of X. So many X-Men. I just keep losing hope for it, man. Yeah, you should it's just start small so you can get like a because if you have like a job and like you have to come home and like try to do something big that's really hard. So like come home, try like do a little bit and a little bit at a time. You'll get like used used to it more. Yeah, having to eat for some like yeah the that's why it being big like me like I'm looking for a job so I have a lot of time to do this stuff. So so despite being based on real, but yeah I know like that like even if it wasn't based on a real woman it doesn't matter like who cares, you know. She was still like she's probably still stylized. Where am I? The discussion on people is something I should choose not to get to because context right. I think exactly right. Kind of lives on like removing context from things. Otherwise, you can't be delusional about it. A medieval TV show host being convicted and is on the run, being dismembered and has been dismembered both their arms to escape handcuffs and get a crazy ex-girlfriend to help them escape. Medieval TV show. Oh, host. Oh, it's a TV. Okay, so okay, I get it. Placing their arms with electric saws, nice. At night with bloody buzz saws for hands. That's a cool idea. I'm gonna add that one. I like that one. Um, sorry, where's my the giant list of Kufi's ideas? Uh, okay. Have him do the beautiful face. Or my beautiful face doesn't happen. I'm so beautiful. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's you again. So triangles are adults and squares are androgynous. Kind of. The shape design like that is a lot more complicated. Like, I think I talked about it here. Like, you could say like this. Like, what is this? This shape. It's a triangle. It's like a trapezoid sort of shape. You can like simplify it like this, but then we're just simplifying. You could say it's like very square. It tapers, so it's kind of like a triangle. It gets more complicated when you add like anatomy on top of it. Because you could like, because a lot of women's anatomy you could say is like triangular because it all tapers down. Like this is like an arm. It tapers down into the wrist, and the wrist is kind of like an inverted triangle like that, or the arms are. And then you have like a very elegant looking hand, and even that hand kind of gets triangular. So it's like I should probably make it not as elongated like that, but you get the idea. Yeah, something like that. shape design gets a lot more complicated with anatomy involved. Braver than most, yeah. I do. I don't engage on Twitter. I do read it though. I'll say. Play some Roll Torn Cello Blade. Nice meat puppet made of 3 guys. They're still alive and pretty chill about being turned into a skin suit. Hoping the wet and gross liquid inside them, while a Japanese girl is being forced to wear them until they find the person who did it. I think there was like that, but for like a mascot, right? Like a girl like goes in has like makes friends with a mascot, like a mascot costume, but they're like a living being inside. She can like go into them from like she can wear them, but the inside is like a gooey guts. You're mentally ill. I was diagnosed years ago. Yeah, didn't you have like your little hat says autistic or something? I don't care about Twitter freaks. I mean, I don't, but I do get really mad. So I guess that's feeding into Twitter. I don't reply. I try not to. I don't really reply though. That's just the rule. Oh, but yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people do care about what people on Twitter say, even if they're like blatantly grifting, even if they're blatantly rage baiting, they still like engage. I don't know how to feel about it anymore because, like, yeah, you are pointing and laughing at them, which is fine, but they aren't making money, but they aren't making that much money. But you do want to like call out their lies. People do believe them. Um, I don't know. It's me personally. I have better things to do. They're healthy. Nobody should. Yeah, that is this. If they're healthy, as far as dying a rapid old age into dust or dying of rapid age regression into a fetus, that's the Benjamin Button problem. Maybe old age. I feel like the further, I guess, yeah, the Benjamin Button specifically, like the movie, does like say both ways you do start to end up the same, right? When you're a baby, you kind of just forget about everything, like you lose your memories over time. It's like when you're old and you lose your ability to like move over time. You become more and more required other people to help you if you're like a baby or an old person. So like the further back you go in either direction, it ends up the same. Very good movie. Very good movie. Try and get into X-Men, but there's a yeah. I mean, any comics. Days of Future Past is just a good comic. I don't know if it's a starting point, but it's a good comic. It's been a long time being unemployed before, but forgot how to do it after having a job for a long time. Uh, I would like to be on that second part. I'm so crazy. I'm cuckoo for weird ideas. I mean, they're good ideas. A human extinct bird with person's face inside its throat, constantly smiling with dried blood across its beak, and a human face. Huh. I was gonna say that's like the that heron, the boy and the heron, but that is a lot more creepy. If I have to speak for everybody with mental age, exclusive. Best way to beat Twitter is do not engage. Yes. Hey Jay the Demon, sorry I am late to the party on the chat. Talking about Gleipnir? And hey Skavikstan, welcome. What is Sleipnir the mascot thing? Yes, yes. Or sorry, Gleipnir. Sleipnir is a horse. I am talking about that. That's the mascot that's alive, and she has to hide inside it. 3 guys and 1 Japanese girl. That could be the title for a lot of things. Gleipnir, yeah, that's the mascot idea. What are we talking about? Like a mascot that is alive. It looks like a mascot, but is alive, and a high school or a Japanese schoolgirl for some reason has to climb inside it sometimes, but the inside is alive, so it's like guts and stuff, or like a mouth. Is only play against most rare nonsense? Absolutely. Yeah, it's a book title. Yeah, some ideas are sexual jokes. The girl going to flashy mascot suit. Exactly. It's very funny. Hey, Dark Sun. It's been a while. I love Shortstacks. Well, you're in the right place. Shortstack for something or just drawing because I can draw one. The Shortstack. I might at the end of this start drawing an idea I had previously for the platform fighter that I'm not going to go with anymore. If I haven't realized it, most of my ideas are sexual jokes. I don't know all. I don't know if most of them are sexual jokes. Maybe it's going over my head because they're so wild. Honestly, yeah. Okay, but you're right. I said okay. What was I talking about? I was talking about short stacks, lollies, all that. Um. Okay. What next? Okay, I think I might have to get into nitty gritty on this. All right, so that's like the general shape. Now I said pear shaped is really important, so the hip area is really important. So now we're going to talk about that in depth. All right, so I'm gonna take off the skin for a little bit and go with the bones. I don't have like a super good knowledge of anatomy, like at this level, so this is just what I use. So the pelvic area is more of a box. Even like for men, women, it is box shaped. So like women kind of have a like a wider pelvic area. It looks like this. And then you have like your femur, which looks like that and comes down. Femur looks like that and comes down. Right. Let me look at a pelvis. I usually don't draw bones. So like you might see a lot of like we're getting into like short stacks, so they're gonna be like really tons of fat over here and very soft. So it's good to know. It's very important to know the hard points of the bones because those don't change that much. That goes in here. These two areas connect to the that's not halfway. These two areas connect to the spine. These come down forward. These there's like really complex curves, but for the most part, you have your front face, top faces, side faces, and that's kind of where that goes. The important part is like this crest and this area that pokes out into the femur, right? And then you'll, like I said, this area will grow with women. The hip area will grow quite a bit. So remember these two points on the bones is the is what I use. And then we'll add like the good stuff, right? So what we're gonna do, it'll get a little complicated, so I'm gonna do this in front view. Um, I think yeah, Dark Sun. I think you said it. Yeah. Hey, PQTV. I'm sure we should have started. We're getting there. Oh my god. Short stack discussion summoned your subscribers base. Yeah, we're getting quite a few people. I was surprised the femboys didn't get a little higher. Where am I? Great platform fighter characters, always fun to see. So let's go. Yeah, well, let's see what I do with that on the end. Platform fighter like Tinker Fighter, like Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood is like the different game from my different game, my other game. Best and only short stack. Best maybe only. No one knows. Goofy. Short stack can have big boobs, but the hips and rear have to be big. Yeah, that's my opinion as well. Thinking of platform fighters, we got none from Summer Games Fest so far. That's true. I don't know. They're all indie though. I don't know of a platform fighter that's stuck around. That's not indie. I think Riot was trying it, but then Multiverses tried it and that failed. And Riot probably saw that and was like, "We're not doing this anymore." Kentucky being more terrifying than horrors beyond human comprehension due to them being horror within human comprehension with no way to kill them, but they're a good person. Oh. Good guy Eldritch Horror. That's pretty funny. They're a teacher in training. I haven't played many platform fighters before. I never understood the appeal. I mean, honestly, the movement is a big appeal. I just wish that platform fighters wouldn't just obsess over melee movement because I don't really like it that much. Stuff myself too is very scary. No, very scary, but a good person, right? If you want recommendations, Software Neos, yeah, is the most powerful recommender in the present. Most powerful. Oh, you're the most powerful one in history, right? Last Gogeta wrote like a list of all the platform fighters. Brawlhalla was indie, yeah. Brawlhalla was. I mean, well, like they're all indie, right? Because big companies don't do it, and Brawlhalla was the one that broke out. Western Gunslinger that has 6 arms. Oh, that's the fastest draw. It's like General Grievous if he was smart. We're learning it from the Monster Fighter game. Okay. I think there was a game like that. Oh my god. You're reminding me of a game, Red Riding Hood, that fights monsters. It's a long time ago. Oh, it's like open a memory for me. Nasby is consistently successful. We got a sequel and we had a room for another. I think the first one was very successful in terms of sales. Yeah, apparently Kufi's a short stack, Dark Sun. Oh, 5 feet tall. Wow. Short. Okay, right. She. 1 second. Let me. 1 second. I'll be right back. Literally 1 second. I'm back. Let's see. And okay, so we have the bones. I'm gonna add the spine, and then I'm gonna add the hips, which kind of do this. The inside is not as important right now. Then we have the bones for the femur, and the femur bones curl inwards, and then these two bones curl outwards, but they're not as important right now either. That might be a little too much, but okay. Oh, this. Okay. So right here, you have the abdominals, and they like they connect down there. Um, what will happen is you'll have like this area will have a bunch of structure to it, and then this area, you see how like this area of the body is kind of like there's a lot of empty space. There's not like ribs over here that kind of give it structure. This is kind of where you get like muffin tops, and it's shaped like this, right? You have like the what's it called? The rib cage is a complex, really complex that moves around back and around. You can like make it look like this for the sake of simplification. It could be like a sort of cylinder. But this is kind of like this area down here, the muffin top area, is kind of like a hemisphere, and you like cut the head like cut the head area off. So you have like that. Sort of like flan. Right? So you have this area, and then on top of that you can have like a lot of fat over it, like whatever, but generally this area goes into the hips, right? I usually just simplify it into that. And then we have like the first hip bone area, you know? And then you can do one or two things. Like you have the femur bone down here. And so if you like remove this, all this, you can start to see it take shape. Right, a little bit. I might have exaggerated too much. But also, this area down here is where fat can collect as well. So that's where you get this sort of like, if you exaggerate it, you can like kind of get a neat little look. Because short stacks is something I haven't talked about. I think I've talked about like the fatness, thickness you might call it. But I would put them as two different things. Thickness, because like the people have different definitions for thickness. They might mean someone who has like a lot of like fat on them. They might consider that thick. But they might specifically just mean big thighs. So I'm gonna separate them. Right, because like this is thick, but that doesn't mean there's fat down there. It could just like a lot of fat. It could just be a little bit. So if I remove this now, and actually draw this properly, you can start to see like things coming together. And like if I say up and top, I mean like this. It comes over the hips areas, and then you have like some fat coming in here, depending on how you draw it. Belly button's right around there, by the way. And then there's fat down here. This really depends on how you draw. I'm not going to get too into that right now. Boink. Doink, 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 doink. Move you down here. Right, this isn't like a short stack. This is just kind of like I'm trying to show this area. But let me see. We will send images here. Tearaway Bomber. Subsidy is the best one if you want overall polished single player bonus modes and to be introduced to a company with their own IP, right? That's right, anatomy. You actually have to learn something today. Rivals 1 and 2 are the picks if you want active online and create character, but only the first one is complete game right now, and the latter has live service going on. That's right. Having some struggles with Rivals 2, but I heard it's gotten better over time. Real question, what's your favorite kind of short stack? Big boobs and ass hips or just hips? I like both. I like the I like the full bodied, I guess is what the term is. I like the bips and bops everywhere. We're all with a Montan sword. I think I know what that is. Montante? Montante? Like a great sword? I have seen some werewolves with or like at least furry wolves, like wolf creatures with like that were just knights. So it's not all just fat. The butt also has a lot of muscle to it. Why do you doing squats? Wait, what? Yeah, we'll get to the back in a bit. I really exaggerated this a lot. This sort of fat pocket down here, because you do also have to know like all the muscles of the legs, like the quadriceps. This area down on the sides, and then you can add the quadriceps up like this, right? Because there's 4 of them. Totally forgot. They have the general shape like this though. And then you have like the knee down here, and I believe the knee, if I look at my own, it's on the inside. On the inside, it comes in on the inside like this, and a little less on the outside, and the knee slots in there. And then you have like this fat pocket out here. So, but yeah, that's more basic anatomy. Oh, also, more if you add more fat down here, those like start to touch. Thigh gaps are a different thing. Probably a killdozer that kills hundreds and breaks down homes into a site short stack. I assume some people here are aware of what Principal said about fake asses. Yes, the classic. Is that what you prefer? Do you think boobs are fake asses as well? What sacrifice by Bessie's firstborn to get you to draw a killdozer as a cute short stack? Yo, killdozer? I'm getting like a guy who created a modified. Oh, this story. Dude who like created an armored bulldozer. I remember him. For revenge. What's the ratio of legs to top when it comes to short stacks? We should get to like I should get to talking about actual short stacks, not just anatomy. But this will be important in a second. I'll get to that in a second. No, you like I've exaggerated this a lot, so you can like I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna like soften everything. So like you can like take all of that, soften it into that. I'll just do one side. And like there's a lot of ways to actually draw this stuff. So you can even like a lot of times they'll like if things are touching, they'll like kind of meld them together by having a little thing right here. Um, this can also like indicate softness, just having everything flow together really well. So something like that. Uh, Darken this down here. Can't do that too well. Uh, God, you guys are talking on so fast. I'll pick the why pick between two perfectly good options exactly. Just have both. All these above is an option, right? The one to building musical genius, but they become a furry playing B-Star tracks. Hey, that's not a but. That's just better. Not the cartoonish furry, the cool ones. Oh, hey man, furries can be cool. Also, no, it's obvious, but we're all imagining a woman. Yeah, short guys. I'm not sure if that's. I haven't even really looked into that as much, but they're typically just this as well. Right, short stack is more of this body type. Now, does it have to be a goblin? What about a dwarf or a gnome or elf? If you want to go back to first, sure, you can do whatever you want. Like it is that's the beauty of art. I'll get into like why elves work really well is typically with the ears and the fact that they're not real. You heard elf. The little story is a comic villain origin story. Exactly. Like that is hilarious. It would be hilarious if it wasn't like tragic, but it's funny. Wise elf. That is one way to put it. Gnome. Yeah. Gnome. That might be a good better way to put it. A man or woman has love handles. I half agree with you. The woman half. I am a Kufi the wife. Allowing to help reveals that Horace Hedgehog is his persona. Horace the Hedgehog is taken. Fortunately, I have to use like Inferno the Hedgehog or something. Yeah, Kufi is free run. Yep, that's the PFP. So when I do what I desire, exactly, you're getting it. Fuck everyone else. Just do what you want. Okay. So now we got that little diversion out of the way. We can draw like, well, let's get to goblins and stuff. So general things like when I say like short and cute, short in terms of proportion, um, these kind of go hand in hand. It's kind of hard to separate them in our heads. So a lot of what people do in like anime, like I said, with women and anime and short stacks and like the kinds of characters they are, it all kind of comes together. Like I said last time, if you want to make someone look more feminine or cuter, you kind of make their head bigger compared to their body, and that's like classic anime chibi-fi people. And then short stacks, that's like really comes into full effect because they will make big, big heads, big wide heads for a short stack. And just have them like the hips just come straight out, like super exaggerated. So now you see like this sort of short stack. Now we have to add like, and now we have to add like the boobs. So this sort of short stack, this could just seem like an anime girl, right? This is like an anime girl, regular anime girl with the tiny ears and the big ooh eyes. Let me get the big ones. This is kind of where I get like thickness comes in, right? So thickness you can have like she's literally a bit like bit fatter, not fatter, like just she has more around this area. Her waist isn't as cinched in, so it starts to look like she has like a bunch of meat on her. That gives her a lot of like that's where the stackiness comes in. So like one, and I described this area or this area. That's two. So you have like that area to play with, and then you have three, which is the hip area. Right? So you can make them a little bit thicker, and you can also add like boobs. But again, this kind of looks like a very standard anime girl if you have like a very cinched in small waist. When you start to make them a little bit like even you add the big boobs here even, you start to get like a more of a stacked look here. Like she's just like pounds and pounds of meat. Call this fatness, call this thickness, whatever. Um, an ageless neo-Nazi perfect German general being reformed as an American citizen by two lovable himbo surfers. Is this based on your life? Because I guess that would be normal. I guess that would be just a normal thing that could happen. Not ageless, but neo Nazis exist, and himbos exist. So yeah, Inferno the Hedgehog is taken. Is okay. Creation the Hedgehog or the Hedgehog. So I have Inferno. No, oh, of the Hedgehog. Okay, with this. Yeah, it's a way that you poster the character that says something whether the character is small or not. Wonder why elves and goblins are used Shortstacks instead of dwarves. I will talk about that in a second. Dwarves can be built to be short stacked. I think a big part of it, I think, is that dwarves are kind of like stereotypes as being very like ugly. They're not stereotyped as being like cute, short, and compact. They're stereotyped to be like a square, like one square, and like there's another one. They have a big beard. They're like very masculinized, stereotyped. So it's very rare you get like a dwarf that's like cute and still looks like a dwarf. Does Grand Blue have a race? Yes, they do. Oh my God, they do. They have no, actually, that's more of like would they be like lollies? The Charlotte, right? Because she's really short. But I think they're supposed to be the mascot characters, you know, like the Moogles. Or there's a character in Guild Wars that are also like that, the marketable plushies. I think that's what they're for. We're gonna call that super exaggerated, you know, with hips like that. Now is rare, but definitely exists. But I would call them short stacks. Yeah, I guess this is a lot more normal. I'm not I'm not as I don't make them as I do more realistic anime, I guess. So I'm not. This is a little more like unusual, but the perfect psychotic clone of Blackbeard, but they are actually pretty quiet and introverted than being the Black Sheep of the Sea. Just one piece there, yeah. How many ideas did you like? I think I got two of them today, but I'm trying to concentrate on this. Doors are pretty chunky though. I see nothing, but there's nothing wrong with dwarf short stacks. It's just that they're not typically like, I guess, in the anime sphere. Elves and goblins and that sort of medieval stuff. That's more in the anime sphere. If you look at like World of Warcraft, they're kind of like dwarves and even like orcs are kind of like ugly, grody, and they're kind of just like shortened people. You know, like they're stocky. They're just more stocky than like short stacky. You said Guild Wars reminds me. I need to play more of it. Which there's also don't forget there's a new one that looked completely different. How do I make my characters look 3D? That's and hey, uh, that's the name. Um, we'll call you Wingdings. That's it's hard to like. It requires a lot of practice, but it requires like drawing through, like understanding, having an understanding of perspective, like drawing this whole thing right here, and you can erase afterwards. But it's more fundamental than it's like outside the scope of what I'm talking about here. This called like rubber hose animation or rubber hose style is where you actually like draw the whole thing out. And then you can line work it, whatever, to make things look 3D. Because if I try to draw this like just like this, it'd be very hard. It would start to look like it wouldn't look like a drawn around cylinder. So, but that's kind of outside the scope of this. That's like a fundamental stuff. Like I think you might have seen like this. Draw the back of it as well. Like you can do that, but you can also like right draw inside it, and then doesn't work here. That, that, that. Draw inside to get the proper look, and then you can line weight the outside. You can go in and erase the inside. Like that. Um, and then you have to understand anatomy after that. If you want to do this draw through, but with characters, you really have to understand your anatomy. Look up draft proportions, male versus female in Grand Blue. They do have short stacks, but Charlotte are different race. Oh, okay. Charlotta has a cute problem or complex about her shortness. Oh, these guys. Okay, yeah, yeah. The girls, right? Yeah, those are like a lot more short stacks. Okay, I see. The Harvins would be the mascot characters then. Cat girl, banger stream. Do you use like 3D software again? I don't. I You can. There's nothing wrong with it. You should learn how to do this anyway, because like using 3D software and tracing over things, it's pretty clear you trace over it, even if it's like your own thing. And it's not that it's wrong or right. It's just it doesn't look as good. But yeah, drawing through is something you kind of should learn. But yeah, 3D models for complex shapes or complex poses really fast. Yeah, people use that all the time. I don't, but I also don't draw like illustrations that much. Chess, bro. Harvins are emergency food supplies. Oh my god. I love that meme. What's her name? Paimon. Do I know Blue Lock? That's a gay thing, isn't it? Like a yaoi, right? No, or is that no Yuri on Ice? That was the yaoi. What do I use for reference? Or do you? I wing it a lot, and I really shouldn't. I'm sure there's plenty of anatomy mistakes right there. Right. Oh yeah. Imagine it, but instead of soccer, it's chess with Magnus Carlsen. Oh, Blue Lock is chess. Lock is football, but everyone has weird powers. Huh. Blue Lock into your nice. Wait, isn't it Blue Lock? I thought 100%. Am I thinking of like um IQ? Oh, I'm gonna be honest, Puppet Jam. When you said it was football, you really threw me off. I thought you said okay, soccer. Okay. Should you always use reference learning anatomy? You should. Yeah, you should just use reference. Don't be like me. I'm in the habit of not using reference. I really have to start, because like a while back when I was learning, like when I was much worse, I would just copy things. Like I would copy like real life stuff, just to be able to accurately gauge proportions of the things I'm looking at. That's really important to do because then you can start looking at reference and just like accurately draw something just by looking at it. And that's really important because everybody uses references all the time. A lot of your favorite concept artists are literally looking at old classical paintings, copying the composition one for one because they're not copyrighted. Old classical paintings aren't copyrighted. They're taking those, redrawing it, and adding like the new characters and a new environment. So like I think for some Halo drawings, uh for like Halo, one of the Halo games, they took like an old classical painting and replaced all the characters with Space Marines, right? With or like the Spartans, stuff like that. They just use reference. It's better to use real life reference. That's more of a like high level compositional thing. But looking at something in real life, practicing drawing it, and then taking reference when you're trying to make an illustration, that's a normal process. IQ is gay basketball. Okay. It's called football. Not in America. Not in this stream. See, Blue Lock Yaoi fan. I was certain this Blue Lock was like a gay thing, but okay. Certainly has a more shonen style, but here's the characters in the lineup for Fierce Trails. Okay. See how he treats us for being British. Exactly. Main audience. Yeah, that's true. You are my main audience. The British are my main audience. You're British. I think a lot of sports anime lend themselves to yaoi. Yeah. Blue Lock does because it's all guys, right? All a bunch of dudes having to come together. I think a lot. We have Jacob Loser, beefy veteran that only speaks in French combined. Yes, they're wearing full-on uniforms, and they have the special abilities of curdling hawk. Tea drinkers. Dirty tea drink. Actually, I like tea. I like tea. I don't like coffee. Okay, but anyway, what we're doing here. I think goblins and elves and typically like animal creatures. One thing they do is like they widen the head a lot, and also they have these giant ears, and that it like makes the body look smaller, makes the head area look bigger, and the body looks smaller. So that's like something you can do with probably why they're used everywhere. Also, the stereotype goblins are short, so they like they're used more. Also, these proportions, like I think I talked about this a while ago. Midna's proportions, especially in anime, have and Morgana's proportions are very similar. They have like this sort of look to them. This is a very common look for a lot of animals in anime. So this sort of like wide face, big ears look is a common thing in anime to make things look like cute and animal like. And then if you like make it look better, make it look more human, you get this. So it's like a combination like animalistic humanoid look that makes like a short stack. Also, you can add like cute little fangs. You can give them hair, a little bow. Stereotype, you can give them like a little bone. This is not a great stereotype to have, but again, I said like making hair big also makes their head bigger, so makes their body smaller, makes them cuter, etc., etc. Yeah, sorry. A fucking bear playing chess, wearing a full-on classy suit, smoking his art. Okay, I like that one. Omnisense. He has eagle vision or detective vision. I guess I have to get the rest of them too. I'll get the rest of this chess team we have. We have a legal person, Hana. Okay, escaped Korea, wearing full-on American flags with clothes and special abilities. It's you, yeah, yeah. Is this you? So now, like, if you look right here, I also added a bunch of big hair pieces, so this area is way bigger now. Has way more of like a presence. I also made the neck really small. That's a common anime thing as well. I made the head really big and the immediate area very small, and then you have like the boobs, and you have this the rest of the stackiness. It's like an Aussie arsonist, Venin master extremist. Lex Theosex, a full-on crocodile hunting gear, 12 different books, Steve Irwin's adventures, and the special abilities to throw spiders. Classic Australian. And this is for a chess tournament. That's really fun. She's basically just drawing Kufi and over exactly. Also, I'm going back and forth between what I draw and like what um I see a lot of anime do. So there's a lot of like if I want to add some fatness here, the way I would do it is a little different than how anime would do it, or typically anime would do it. It's not a hand stream, but I'll just like oy. Okay, sorry. So I wanted to go over this for this chess tournament. You have a giant French Slav who's like a military man, a bear who has detective vision, who has Batman's detective vision, a North Korean escapee wearing American flags, and an arsonist, an Australian arsonist that throws spiders, and this is all for a chess tournament. This is like wilder than like Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. Also, they're flying and using dark arts to kill each other to reach one dead the highest elo. Weapons and lethal source. It is way worse than Yu-Gi-Oh. Imagine like getting your soul sent to like consigned to hell because you played some dude in a card game. He's a character you're Satish about this. Character of mine? Oh right. Oh my god, that's right. Oh my god, we were like, okay, that's right. I totally forgot I was supposed to do that. Thank you. Already commentary. Alright, so you know, I could make this like gratuitous, even more gratuitous here. I can't not on stream, but you can make them really big. And an angel ignoring intercom messages from so-called friends while looting. The answers from dead bodies to find out why Mr. Marks doesn't like curvy spheres. I don't know why I'm thinking of Stellar Blade when you say that. 3 players started flying, trying to kill each other while one of them was rude. Nude the entire time. For a chess tournament. A chess, like, it's kind of, isn't that like, what's that? Oh my god, what's that, there's an anime. I think it's called Kijo. I might be missing some subtlety of the Japanese language, but there's like a butt battle that like it's like a game in Japan. There was also in DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball. There's an anime about it, so it's like a butt tournament basically. Somebody summoned 16 rockets. A guy 23 cockroaches and a kill. Around 77-year-old summoned an old forgotten god on a 10-year-old and lost. This would I just imagine like all this is happening because in chess, you know, there's like a long table and you have your chess boards, right? And they're just like right next to each other. So I imagine like these people are right here and they're like fighting it like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh style, Beyblade, whatever. Like these guys are like throwing shit at each other and like this guy summoned a god and attacked him, but these guys are just having a normal chess game like very quietly, very contemplating their next move. And like over here is like the nonsense. That'll be pretty funny. Literally celebrating. You're an angel in Kirby Sphere's mother. Oh, I haven't gotten to the end. I don't know what Mother Sphere looks like. Don't say anything. Every time I blank out, we are talking about most things. Yeah, I mean that's what happens when Koofy's in the chat, essentially. It's Kijo. Yeah, Kijo is the thing. It just sucks because Kijo is a name of like one of my characters, and I'm hoping there's like a different way of saying it. Because or maybe not, you know. Could be funny. There's a fighting game player named Fudo. That's spelled like that, and there's a fighting game player that's Fudo. That is a different person and is spelled differently. I don't understand the language that much. Player ate the board and started trying to beat up a group of 16-year-olds. See again. Hilarious for an anime. Kijo's a butt battle anime year. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like super it's like jokey, right? It's funny and referential. Had a manga? Of course. Some people in the West did skits of tournament. That's funny. Newbie players resay the entire fucking tournament. There's a lot of anime content for every sport. You have sports like really nice sports anime like I Shield 21, and I can't believe I'm forgetting the basketball one. Oh my god, what's the name of that? The basketball one. And there's Kijo, the butt battle anime. All this instant happens like an hour. It's a free for all. 1K Elo player created the fucking black hole to get a draw. Like, imagine just drawing, like I said, like it was like a long table. Imagine like I would draw a long table and just like here's all the tournaments. And what you said, like there was like a black hole here. And so like the chess pieces and the stuff are flying all over the place. And this guy's getting like warped in to the black hole. And this guy's over here like he's laughing, like the power, the infinite power of the black holes, and he's all super magic around him. Kirby crackles, and then these guys are just like over here, like this guy's completely warped and spaghettified. And these guys are just like having a regular tournament. Just completely blocking out what's going on next to them. A little diversion, 1 second. And then this guy's like throwing spiders. Spider. Spider. And it's just another day at the chess tournament. Sorry. Slam dunk, that's the one. Yes. Sorry. Can't believe I forgot that. Keep it vague enough to match what you think mother can be curry around, I guess. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for not spoiling. Pawn to R5 ARL. Meanwhile, the enemy just summon 12 gods to attack with the blue. Exactly. A 1-year-old was beaten by 2 fully grown men for winning against them. Oh, well, beaten, like beaten up. Please couldn't do anything. And the 1-year-old survives, and he goes on like an existential journey. Heroku's basket. I think it's slam dunk. 300 lives was lost in a single hour, and strongest among the chess players remain. 300 butt battle in UK has IRL Quidditch. I have to say we gotta cook down them both. Yeah, you guys should have butt battles. We had a full-grown woman getting killed by a blue hair foil who only knew the word sweet. Cannibalism was committed due to the water balls and snacks being absorbed by the black hole. See, these are great ideas. It's a great idea. Even though it's a food bar. See, that's... Yeah. That fits for this anime. There's IRL butt fight. I need to switch to Japan because I think probably in America too. Let me see. We just do everything. For some reason I was there summoning horse race. Even chess anymore. Just for the sake. Yeah, by the end of it, like there's the chess pieces are all like just not even part of it. They're just fighting. They're just like using their superpowers to fight. You remember like in Yu-Gi-Oh where evil his I don't know, he has different names in Japanese, but in English Bakura, evil Bakura goes and fights after the Pegasus tournament is over. Evil Bakura just sneaks into Pegasus's house and uses like laser beams and kills him. Like no card game, nothing. That's kind of how it went. All right, now something I was gonna do in the game. In the platform fighter, I said there was like a bunch of monsters from folklore reappeared into the world. Um, so I had an idea for like a monster hunter, and this monster hunter would like have like a giant mech, or like not giant mech, like a big mech. Right. I think this is like the mech character I have in the works right now. Came from this. They would have this. They would have a mech, and it would be like it would look like whatever. I didn't have like a look for it at the time. It'd be this big, manly looking mech, whatever. And then like thing is, it couldn't be that tall. It couldn't be that huge, right? Because it's not like a heavy, and heavies are easy to hit, etc., etc. Um, so the only way someone would fit inside, and the mech wouldn't be that big, would be if they were like really short. So it would be a giant mech. It's like a Kumhehyun, a giant mech piloted by like a very short girl. So you get that contrast, that masculine feminine contrast. So you would think like, oh, this is a power suit of like a giant man, and then it opens up and it's like this tiny, very thick girl. Not this short. This is like too short, but this actually might be like quite a bit too short. Ugh. Weak, weak. Something like that. There we go. That's a little better. Right. Superman was there later. One's cheeks. We haven't even gotten to using characters of yours to teach us. So randomness. Yeah, it takes taking a while. This does look like this person's child, but let's see. This is more like a dwarf than anything. Like someone with dwarfism. Magnus Carlsen killed like 20. Oh yeah, Magnus Carlsen would have like he could like blow people's minds up with his mind, or brains up with his mind. Yeah, I'll be streaming for a little bit. The entire autumn gang was there. They were watching it happen 50 inches flash protection pass. If the autumn cast lived in this universe, that'd be funny. I would actually give like it would make sense that they could air dash and like magically control things like at the least. Seven in the Sky was all dismantled by a guy with a butter knife and box cutter. Next up at a nerd's chess tournament. Yeah, do you have their design? I didn't get past this stage, essentially. This guy got a little bit more ideation, like he's got like a face like this, and it's like he had like a look like that. And it would be he had like segmentation that go in like around. And he was like more of a brawler, so he would have like muscles and he would punch people essentially. Giant fist. Maybe there was some like segmentation, and this whole area opened up, and she would be in there. But there wasn't much. There really wasn't much to this look. I will draw something else because this is essentially a guy, a big dude. I want to show her for this, especially for this demo. So my idea was that this person's short, doesn't like being short, so they built stilts, essentially, right? And they're on top of it, standing like this, right? They're on top of it, and I don't know, like they have a gun. This won't be a character in the platform fighter probably, but like they have like a little gun, two little guns. Okay, so now, and now you look at this, like this makes her look smaller, even smaller, because this is gonna be so big. So we're gonna have like a 70-30 split, and essentially what I'm gonna do, if I can get a pose right. Nice anime pose. Go down like this. And this thing is gonna be like basically legs. Basically armored legs. So now we'll be able to, and she'll have like this area. I have to figure out how the mechanics interface, so she can like, have the legs. Get the perspective right. So there we go. That's something. Funny part is, although we're still playing chess rule, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if killing your opponent is a chess thing. Rulebook needs an update to ban players blowing up over 10% of the area. Exactly. If you start doing DBZ fights, you are disqualified. The fierce tiles. Dude, that's a really fun idea. It's a fun idea if you have like a bunch of weird ideas like that. You could play off like the fact that they're all like turbo chads with superpowers playing chess of all things. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit if you come back, Last Gogeta, but thanks for coming and thanks for talking. So somebody made a sperm monster. Statistic grows with more semen. A player has killed 30 people by shooting a concentrated fire arrow during a brutal DBZ clash. See, they did DBZ clash between the yellow players. The DBZ clash, they're disqualified. That is a bridge too far. Black holes are one thing. Okay. You know what? No, I won't. give you some. Kill 30 people by shooting concentrated fire arrow. Magnus Carlsen is the king of chess, so the rules won't change until you take the title. You have to kill him. I see. No. Uh, 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 uh. Okay. The reason why the tournaments exist is because the world was dying due to smart freaks and insane madman named Z made chess tournaments to contain chess players. Smart freaks. It's a funny way to put it. Okay. Gonna sit down. So this is what's happening. This anime is becoming incredibly well developed. You have to gain a higher elo than Magnus Carlsen, and you have to kill the clone of Magnus Carlsen. Then you can change the rules. Now we have our villain. Right. Okay, this is the clone of Magnus Carlsen that's like the best chess player, and he's made the rules that allow black holes and murder. You have to kill him to change the rules. Okay, now we have some things we have to do. I have to actually design this character. I'm going to design them on the fly. The mechanics are going to be difficult. I don't know how to do it, but we'll figure it out. Be a fun, like, just fun little character to draw. It could be like a rabbit. Okay, so I think Okay. Okay, let me get the guns down here. I give her like the Chris Vector. Alright. You must beat every version of Gotham Chess. You know, the clone Magnus cards and kills you in 1 second. But to become the king of chess, you have to beat the original God Magnus Gotham Chess hybrid. Gotham, like was Batman involved? With 2 clone Magnuses at a time. If one dies, another one will spawn from the forehead of Benny Two Brains. Benny Two Brains. 12 arcs. Wow. Did you just come up with this on the spot, or did you had this beforehand? Did you go to a chess tournament and you were like, I need to liven this up? Hmm. I have to add like a bunch of, because it's like a jumping thing, right? She's like a rabbit. So the important thing is like her knees are over here. So there has to be a point where like she can bend. That's the interface. So that this has to bend like here. So like the idea is like it fits down here, so this can like move up and down this particular area. Any short text and I was intrigued. Hey, Silver Comet, how you doing? Except for once we're shooting laser beams out of snipes, there's too many unique players. We are also talking about an anime. We're also talking about an anime a chess anime where everyone has like superpowers and they just start killing each other. Which I'm good. How are you, Silver Comet? Which one? What are you talking about? So we're the sheet of like learning Shortstacks. Is OT my hero? Well, I'm not sure. I'm the found itself heir to kill his ex-boyfriend. Oh, the heir itself. Okay. Headache, but managing. Oh, that's good. Well, no, it's not good, but it's good that you're managing. I draw myself, which is why I got the recommended. Oh, that's good. Okay, okay. Fierce tiles, nobody's powers. They just be freaks of nature. That's basically powers. It's like My Hero Academia, but with chess, or Naruto, but with chess. Oh, nerdy commentator, you're sick too. I think you mentioned that. And everyone is to tournament. I want to see bloodshed, including Inferno. Like, what powers do I have? I just sit quietly. Like everyone assumes everyone else has powers, so I have none. And I sit quietly. I have like hydraulics coming out of it. Let's remember how these actually work. Because I want to show like mechanic levers and stuff. Sounds the power set can work off. Yeah. What's that character in One Punch Man, King? Everyone just thinks he's like this crazy dude. A bootleg version of Godzilla. And he's actually playing against real Godzilla. Take away the sound from a person. Oh. I can get someone to stop talking at will. That'd be amazing. That'd be the best. Probably the strongest superpower, but it'd be the best one. As far as I just box. Also, if your equals high, you have random powers. That depends on your. This is more than boxing. If you can summon a black hole, you're more than boxing. $20 left in the stream. 23 minutes. The power is possessing somebody with my blue hat, like Mario. Oh, I thought like you just gave it to them, but I still feel the pain. Oh, so let's really give her some. Let's get the sketch or this design sketch. And separate basically into small, medium, large. That's Gogeta's power is being Gogeta, which is the best power. I mean, Gogeta's just like overpowered, so and has plot armor because it's both Goku and Vegeta, two main, two main characters. Don't think cockroach is the most broken ability. Like, don't think cockroaches kill every other. 23 cockroaches. They gotta be big cockroaches. That'd be scary, I guess. Make people freeze up, but I don't know if they'd be killer. Dancing. Oh no, those are monkeys and bugs. 5 evil monkeys. I'm gonna stack the scroll up quite a bit. I'm gonna give her like quite a bit of like, I guess not muscliness, but short stackness. Better write this down. I wrote all your major players down. Twitch. What about Twitch? Twitch. Are you gonna go to Twitch? Okay. So right now I'm gonna I got my short stack. Thick this up. If I want to make sure to write down title Fierce Tiles. Alright. Alright. I think I did write it down. Yeah, this should be higher up, I see. Oh, right, balance. Don't forget the balance should be like right there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, magnum opus. I'm out of creativity. I'm almost out of like juice as well, but it's almost yeah. Short stacks. Versuit, Versutu game. I can give them a bunny suit, I guess, like a literal bunny suit, because they're like a rabbit. So dry. I am also tired. Your English is very bad. No, it's fine. Oh my God, short stack. I understand that. Put me in a bunny suit. Okay. Oh no, wait. Bunny suit. There's your bunny suit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Want to make fan art of your character? Oh, thank you. Yeah, please. Well, I love to see some fan art of character. Poopy's brother, friend, I can't remember, makes the makes some fan art from my game. I don't think you're out of juice or creativity and both. What have you been doing this stream? You're out of juice, quote unquote. You're out of both kinds of juices. 406 character ID as well. But I have no don't draw short stack. Hey, experimenting, right? Or just you can rewatch this stream, you can get some pointers on it, and then you can just experiment because they're fun. You're dead? Well, just in time because the stream is over, basically. Few more weird ideas soon. 700 ideas, damn. That whatever that notebook is. I'm glad you kept it. A lot of people don't persist like that. It's over. Yeah, we got until 5. I do. I am. I'm actually very tired. I'm melting too. This drawing is base U project game. Why is cool and amazing? Same thing about it was an idea for a previous character, but I don't think this is gonna come into the game. Unapproved ideas, yeah. We've quite a few more than 100. This character was a character from my platform fighter. I wanted like a monster hunter, but it didn't really fit, so I decided to use it, scrap that idea and do a completely different thing here. Potion Man, Druggy on a Wizard Coast. You only gain juice. That's a great way to put it. Oh, Food Fighters, the anime. Actually, I got it. Any tips for drawing short stack? We had to make sure to take care. Thank you for coming, Silver Comet. And so, yeah, and I do want you to look for like look through the VOD because I go over a couple of things. Some tips in general for short stacks is the hip area is very important. So pear shaped, like the boobs are more optional, and the head being bigger. Do whatever if what you can to make the head bigger. It depends on your style. If it's anime, you can just make the head bigger. If it's like maybe realism, you're gonna have to do you have to like maybe add big hair to make the head look bigger. That will make the body look smaller and give it like this. It'll make it like even like shorter. Another thing that makes it shorter is make it wider. I guess that's a very easy way to put it. So this is like generic anime girl. This is like you'll get into short stack territory. I might even like increase it more and more and more. Like that. But I think that might be that might be a good some good tips. Oh, bye, Koofy. Oh, okay, you're gonna say okay, good. Shorty with ass and maybe fat ass with maybe some nice boobs. That's all you need. No. I didn't get to talk about the back too much. That might cause me quite a few problems on YouTube. But yeah. Anyway, might have to do some addendums on this as well. Okay, I gotta go. I will see y'all next week. We will be doing something. I'm not sure yet. Maybe a part 2 for Femboy and Short Stack. Yeah, I could do like Femboy Short Stacks. I could do that. Goofy's dabbing on me. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Thanks for seeing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for talking so much. Hope you got something out of this. Elf woman. You're the elf woman. There you are. Elf woman in a bunny suit. Yeah, I hope this helped you. Clearly, I don't know my short stacks as much as I know the Femboys, but we'll see what we do next. Thank you for everyone coming. Thank you for talking. Thank you for keeping me company on all this. And I hope you learned something. I'll see y'all next week.